Let's see. All right, so I posted this picture for you guys, I believe, on Friday or one of the days. I don't know. So obviously, we're outside of the June value area high, and for new people, right, each profile, if you go under the PVP, you can change these settings, right, to be a day, week, month, and then you can use your imagination, right? If you want 12 months, just put 12, put months. Should be pretty self-explanatory, right? What I like to do is kind of start from the monthly, especially since we just finished the month, right? And we see here, right, June value area high, June value area low. We're kind of above it right now, and we're inside July value area low. So that's something that you guys want to pay attention to going in tomorrow. And I think that level is at 4507, and there's a major shift at 4507 on Delta for ES. So this level is fairly important, right? And I would definitely, keep an eye on it. If it breaks, then it's probably, giving you a little bit heads up that we can be looking for new value area to be attached to, right? So right now, this is the area. The red area is the one that you don't want to really trade too much or take too much short opportunities here. Maybe long, because you have the previous week value area low here as well. They could trap a lot of shorts, break this, hit the PV value area low, and then bounce from there. But as of right now, we are below the August POC. This is the line here, and then the August value area high. And this would be, I'm sorry, yeah, and the value area low is here. So if we do lose this POC and we happen to clear this orange zone that you guys see, which is about 44.97, ideally for me, to enter a little bit more bear sentiment, what do you guys think I want to see broken?
44.99.
Well, I want to see this 44.94 previous week value area low. I need them to clear that weekly low. And then, I think there wouldn't be much in terms of volume to stop it. So if you guys take a look at the volume, right, even if you go from the bottom here on the fixed profile, and if you just go to the closest high, you see the volume here. Once they clear this, it's really skinny, and then it starts at 40.43, and then 40.26 would be our target, right? So not really much stopping them if we break this level of 94, and that's gonna be my bias for upside downside. And you guys see so far, this weekly profile, you see the PV value area high and low. They're really in the upper half of the previous week. What does that tell you?
Bullish.
Yeah, that's bullish. Until they break this area here, we're really not bearish. I mean, people can scream all they want, but this is just a bullish setup. Remember, in a P-shaped profiles, especially in the POCs in the upper half, you need profit taking, but that profit taking needs to, have initiative sellers to drive the price down. So we explore into the different areas. Until that happens, you're really not bearish here yet, guys. We're just kind of doing its thing, and they're bouncing here, right? NQ is also at an important level here. I believe they're at 4,500 or so, or 500, not 4,500, at 500, 15.5. But it's kind of related to this as well. So we'll watch this, and you see the area, right? If you look at this current previous week value area high, and I'll switch here to the weekly so you guys can see it. Let me do that. This is your previous week value area low, and look at the area. Of course, we just started, right? We're exploring this price, but you can see this is a pretty decent range. I mean, it's not like it's about 50 points. You see that you had higher, right? So if we do lose this area right here, where's the next stop? Well, they're going to be testing this August value area low most likely, because they're going to be having the previous week value area high there prior to this one. They will have a lot of interest. If you guys remember, when we were in this week, we said we have two huge double nodes, and we said if it breaks the top one and they can build value above it, it can explode. And I mean, they exactly did that. They failed here, they built value here, and they exploded higher, right? And now, obviously, we're struggling. I would say, you can call this almost like a 4-week, on a rough day, call it a 4-week balance here. And we are below that 4-week balance. If the 45.20, if you guys see it, that would be 45.19 would be that balance that we're looking. And you see kind of we're right there below it right now. So even by looking at this, is it pointing that we have a little bit more down? Yes, but if we want to expect the bearishness to come in, We gotta clear this 44.94 for me. I wouldn't be interested, shorting too much before that happens. Okay. And then let me just go back to for monthly. I don't think I have my June POC somewhere. Okay. So June POC is right here, 44.15. So I'll make that a little zone. Okay. Knew I was missing something. POC for August. Where would everybody's upside be?
August value area low.
No, upside break, meaning once you break this level, your pivot for bullishness is higher. Like, what's your pivot for upside?
Mm.
Value area high.
August highs, value area high.
It'll be August value area high at this point. So if you look at this, right, I would say you're almost in a 4-day balance here. If you guys look at the profiles, right, I would say this is, a 4-day balance that we had. If you want to count this right here, let me make sure I'm gonna extend it. Yeah. So here's, this is Sunday going into the Monday. So we're definitely in a 3-day balance. So for me personally, I would make sure that I'm aware where this level is, right? So this is your 3-day value area high. And then the low would be right here. So if they reclaim this tonight overnight, where would you guys expect it to go?
August POC.
Most likely to the August POC, because this August POC is what? Plus 3-day POC, because the magnetism, right? I mean, if they're able to reclaim this and you see this double distribution on this day, right? But I guess Monday we traded a little bit. And you see this double distribution here. If they're able to reclaim this level, then most likely they're going to be hitting this level here, which is not bad. The range was tight. There was no volume, so they can push this higher. But 3-day value area low, as long as they're not able to reclaim this, we're watching this July value area low. And you see the bounce last time we had off of this level here. And it was nice. So now if they sweep this and they show us weakness, then we can expect this dump here about 13 points in between. It's not the ideal scenario for taking a short in this spot, but one could definitely take it if you're careful and keeping the stop loss pretty tight. You can take that. Let's see, the 2 sig is at 4506, and 3 sig would be at 4501. Yeah. So I mean, I think this level will be crucial for them. 4501-ish will be important. See if they make or break, and then 4494. This would be my bias sentiment switch here. Okay. And you see here, it's not even worth noting this for Monday. I would use probably Friday's value areas as the key levels, or I would just stick to the 3-day and ignore the previous day altogether, if that makes sense. That makes sense. I just don't trust the Monday much. Friday, sure, but the 3-day balance seems to be react much better than the Friday, right? So I would definitely use the 3-day, and you see them here trying to fight pretty much right now over this level, right? So if they are able to make higher highs from this box consolidation, most likely they're going to be testing the sellers right here at 20. So for somebody, 5 points is a lot, but I'm not trading overnight. So that'll be the ordeal on, I guess, on ES. It seems pretty straightforward. I would also draw my FVP from the bottom, right? Just to make sure that maybe I don't want to grab this consolidation here. So they have, what is this, 4041. I guess I'll have to grab it. Yeah, this POC is going to be critical. If they reclaim 44.24, the 3-day POC, honestly, they could run from here, guys. If you look at this, almost like a double distribution, and even if you go further back here, right, there would be a nice FVP here. Just looking bigger picture, see what they can do here.
Wow, that's interesting.
45.50 is important for them. Yeah, we can expect this to be reached. If we hit break 44.94, this level can be hit really, really fast here. Why does it keep grabbing this? So we have a shelf at July. They created it there. And this is fresh from 25th of August. The next one would be here. Yeah, I'll be really bearish below this. I'll watch the 3-day POC tomorrow. About this 25, maybe 26 area. I'll watch for the break above that. And I honestly think we could target 31. Safer nodes, honestly. Let's break 31, go to 39. Then most likely you're going to be testing this 45. If we show weakness and we can't reclaim this 3-day value area low, it's going to be a really, really bearish sign. And I wouldn't expect much rebound from there. I would expect them to go all the way down. Okay, so they would probably go all the way to the 44.40s or whatever it was, 44.26. Because right now, 4,500 on TPOs on the market profile is saying that that's our basically the low from 829, and we've been in balance for 4 days. So 4,500 would be super important from that perspective. Let me see. I'm just gonna merge some stuff so I can. Yeah, we are literally at support right now. We gotta reclaim 15 here. Yeah, same ordeal. 3-day value area low is super important right here for them. And I just don't see a lot of strength at the moment. Okay, any questions on this? Anyone confused? Okay, let's take a look at NQ. For all the NQ addicts. It's pretty much the same deal here. Bigger picture, what do you guys want to see break here?
June value area high for downside.
Say it again.
June value area high for downside, and preferably previous week value area low for even.
I would say it, you know, on a bigger picture, you really need to lose the July value area low.
Yeah, I was about to
You
say
see
that.
this? You have the June value area high. It could be a tricky trade if you take this, right? And you don't react to it. You know, you're playing. I mean, there's points to be made in here, but you got to be quick. Because remember, on March 2020 value area high, if you guys remember how we broke the yearly and we bounced off a 2020 value area high? They tend to do that a lot because these are good traps. If they can get you here to turn bearish, right, and then they bounce it off at the bottom value area low here, usually this one gets taken out on the bounce. So I would prefer to see this level here. I don't know why is it not labeling this. Okay, there it goes. Now it's gone. Okay, and then we'll mark this guy here. Does that make sense, KSN?
Yeah, sure. Yes.
Why is this level important? August value area high. Why do you guys think it's important to make sure you have it on your charts?
You got an SR flip?
Currently
Just
we're-
from volume perspective, like why would this one be important?
so you can know if they accept the value area high for upside.
Ah, there you go. We want to know if we are accepting that value or not. If we do reject out of it, that means what? Hey, we are not finding any value here. We want to seek the value higher, then we would know, right? On a bigger picture, right? This is more, I would say 4 weeks or more. You would know that they're targeting potentially this POC. I would call this maybe a virgin POC. Okay, come on. You would have these levels to be targeting right here, which is 45, 15,831, and a little bit higher. I don't know why the labels are not working. But I would definitely target this here. Let me see what's going on here. No idea. So bigger picture. Now we dive into the 65 minutes to kind of see what's going on. And here goes 65 minutes, and you see where we are a little bit. Which one is bullish, in better position for a bounce? ES or NQ? Remember NQ here? Take a screenshot, and let's switch to ES.
Looks like ES is at more of a bounce level.
Why do you say that?
Because it's at the 3-day value low.
Okay. And where is this one on 3-day value area low?
NQ's better because it's coming to value area high.
Okay.
NQ's.
So here's your NQ value areas, right? So it seems like we're in a, I would say maybe 3-day balance on a good day, right? And it's identical setups, right? Because if you think about the POC, the previous week POC between ES and NQ. Let's just go here for a moment. This is your previous week POC, and you're below that as well, right? You're below it on ES, you're below it on NQ. Right, so this level here, I'm just gonna mark it. So this level here carries a lot of sentiment, right? If they're able to crack through this, I would expect them to blast through the 3-day value area high, and then reach probably PV value area high, which is 13 points away. But it's actually in the same positioning. I just want to see if you guys are aligned, because if you look at it here, 3 days is right here, PV POC. We're kind of cracking here as well on NQ, and then it leaves the doors open all the way down. So I would say it's it's almost identical shape that we're in right now. So they're really in sync at the moment. I would definitely keep these levels. I would say this level here as a 3-day value area high.
Yeah, they do almost look exactly the same.
Sometimes they have the disparity, right? And those are good, right? Sometimes ES is lagging or NQ is lagging, one's leading versus the other, and you can make some assumptions, right? Whether it's footprints or whatnot. But right now, they're really not, giving us much of an idea who's lagging, who's not. There's just a lot of levels here. It seems like they're gonna be in this bracket for a second, at least in my opinion. And then if NQ is able to reclaim some levels here, if they're able to, let's say, get out of this August value area high, I mean, that would be a big, big deal for it, right? Then, they could potentially target the higher levels. We break this level here. You have no reason, I would say, no reason here besides this liquidity here. They're going to grab this. if they break this PV value area high, you can bet, you know, a lot of money on it that they're most likely going to sweep this liquidity on the upside. If you look here, that's the only internal structure that they haven't swept here on this consolidation. Does anyone see any patterns here forming at the moment? If I hide everything, just caught my eye right now.
I want to say head and shoulders, but I don't know if I'm right.
Well, if you make your imagination a little bit, right? I'm not saying it's perfect, but
oh yeah, the diamond.
See a little diamond going on as well. So I'll just keep an eye on it, right? If you see something like this, the retail also jumps in. Remember, your trading is not about what you're gonna do; it's what others are doing and how you react to it. So keep that in mind as you trade, because a lot of you guys want to still predict the price. We generate this information so we know where the buyers are stepping in or sellers are stepping in, not to kind of predict the market which way it's gonna go.
Diamond's very bullish, right?
Well,
Shorty?
diamond at the diamond top, like we're, you know, we're still consolidating, guys. I mean, think about this.
Yeah.
So we entered this consolidation in January 9th. We haven't put in the highs. We're making lower lows. We broke the character here. So until you really break this level, I would say somewhere around here, this green zone, which is stacked, which is August POC, June value area high. If you're able to lose this, then things change for NQ. Then you're looking at the, you know, potentially bottom half of this. And then from the fib standpoint, you see where we are right now. We rejected, you see this level 77. We rejected it pretty closely, right? And we had a level here before on NQ that we hit pretty nicely. But now you see we're below 61.8 and the 50% is all the way here. So once you lose this stack here, most likely you're going to be heading to this 15, what is this, 310? So, you know, about 300 points away that you would have. So we're at 15.5, so 200 points here. And let's see if they're able to reclaim this level here. You know, if they reclaim this PVPOC, then you know what you can target, right? You have levels in between. You have the node here. I would definitely watch for this August value area high. Obviously, you see how they reacted to it. If they're able to reclaim it, I would get out of the way because most likely they're going to hit this. If you want to call it epoch, sure. If not, that's okay. They break that, they go to the next level. Each level that you have here, you just treat it, break, retest, go higher. Don't try to fight everything, right? Ideal short in this environment that we've been in lately is what if you want to short.
August value area high.
Well, the best one is look above, fail, and go short, right? From the price action, you want them to go above something, lose it, and then short. And they did it a lot of times lately, right? Where they look above something, they don't like it, the value is not built, and they quickly, you know, they bring it down. So that's something that I would keep an eye on. On every level that you see and you have, and of course I'll post these charts here, look above, fail, go below, and if it can't hold, most likely reclaim, and then we know the reclaims on 80% and whatnot. I would definitely keep Fridays if you want to play day to day. Keep the Friday value area highs. Like if you take a look here, look where we, you know, Monday POC was. Not a coincidence that the highest volume for whatever that Monday was until 1 p.m. matches Friday's value area high, and from there we made lower lows, right, and lower highs, and then we broke, you know, the PV POC. So somebody's telling you here what?
Looking for value lower.
They're looking for value lower. They're not interested at these prices. So if they're not interested here now, we just got to figure out at what point are you interested? Is it the 3-day value area low, or are you looking at different time frame buyers? If it's more intermediate buyers, where would you expect them to be? It could be June value area high gets defended. Why? Why would June value area high be defended?
It's stayed above that since then.
Wouldn't that be the acceptance if we can hold this?
Yes.
We need to create the acceptance, right? So if they come here and you see how, what is this telling you guys in terms of price action? If you see them not coming close to this June value area high and we are bouncing, what does that tell you?
They found value there.
They're eager to buy it. They're eager to buy it and they're creating liquidity. Maybe the move, once we get this major move from this balance that we've had for a couple of days, I would say 4 days if you count this one, maybe the move is just going to slice through this June value area high. If you slice through the June value area high, what is your sentiment?
Bearish.
The POC, well, bearish, yeah.
I mean, your sentiment changes to fucking bearish. Like it's pretty good bearish. And then if you slice this POC,
Yeah.
your card should shift. If you're playing poker, your game phase kind of shifts a little bit, right? You have pocket kings in your hand then, right? Or aces, whatever you play, right? I mean, you will have a powerful hand and powerful knowledge if you're able to break this August POC. And my sentiment kind of goes, you know, hey, this is bearish now on a bigger time frame, right? I'm not talking day to day. I'm talking a little bit bigger. Okay. And as we're speaking, they just hopefully none of you guys were short because they just ran a stop loss hunt. Sorry, while I'll show you guys what I'm watching.
Even on ES.
Yeah, on NQ, they just ran a stop loss hunt on all of you guys here. They're going up here. They're gonna run it more. They're gonna hit 508, and guess who's shorting at 508?
You are.
I am, yes. They might not even get above this volume node. Let's see. But there's some imbalance, some buyers. I don't want to test them here. They have a nice imbalance in 30 minutes here at 18. That would be ideal short for me. Okay, I want to show you guys on TP chart on ES, right? So I'm gonna reset all. So this is your, think about it, volume profile, but instead of volume, what is the TPO showing you guys?
I'm at
Single
price.
prints and
Showing what?
Time at price.
That's correct. Time and price, right? I mean, how much time did we spend at that price level? And when you guys think about it, you guys by now should know that I preach price plus time plus volume really generates the value. And when you put these components together, right, that I teach, the volume, the market profile, and then, you know, for me, the killer is the footprints because they give you more insight information about the candles, right? If you see a candle, right, if I change this one to a regular candle, I'm able to really see what is behind this candle, right? And that's where the footprints come important, right? Excuse me, are we selling a bid? Are we buying at ask? And I think, I'm sorry, we just hit that level on NQ. Yep. Did we hit it? To a penny. Yep. So there goes that POC hit. Did anyone get filled? Or you guys maybe did not have orders there? Your stop loss should be really tight, maybe 10 to 25, because they could have a pull here. But so far, there's one thing I just want to point it out, and I jumped off because I got filled. What's telling you here that there's potentially more downside here if they don't make a new high here within the next, I don't know, 15 seconds, 20, 30? Is there anyone seeing it? What is telling you there's more downside?
a failed auction.
You had a failed auction here. So far, what is this?
Oh, the zero. I forgot what that means.
So far, it looks like it's completed, unless somebody bids on the ask side or goes on the ask side and says like, hey, I'll buy it, like this guy right here. Let's see what he does. If he's able to kind of go higher, right? But there's an aggressive seller sitting here, right? You see him at 10.5. This was the only aggressive seller besides this imbalance that they got through. This guy had a little bit of size, right, compared to the rest. So that's why my stop loss is a little bit, you know, above this guy because I'm using him to shield, right? And then if you look at the delta picked up, but you see, you know, for this period of time, I would say this normal numbers here. You see their delta was closed at 100, highest was 126, lowest was -26. So the sellers got absorbed, but then also who got absorbed at the top? The buyers got a little bit absorbed, not a lot, but a little bit. Now you see you're starting off at volume, right? You have 30 minutes to complete, but the volume is -47. It was 74. So potentially, if this goes lower, there's going to be a lot of trapped buyers here, right? All those breakout buyers could be trapped now. But if they gain this momentum and take this guy out at 10 and a quarter, you know, if your stop loss 10 and a half, if they take this guy out, they're going to catch their imbalance here. And this is not a bad short here. Does that make sense from footprints? So that's why I know I jumped to a lower to place, but I combine these three, right? And if you look at this, right, just pay attention to the levels for a moment. So if this is our, you know, range highs right here, you have highest value area highs being built here at 45.40, right? And the lowest of this 1, 2, 3 is right here. This is my value area low on TPO. So, and now, I mean, you could combine these, right? I mean, if you go left, I can do it real quick like this. And I'm just excluding this developing POC. And you see here, 45.27 is a key level for them. And then shortly above that, 45.31, they really struggled to build any value above that level. They tried here, they failed for the retest. They went above, and I don't even know what the hell they did here. They gapped down, and then they failed, filled the gap, and they gapped down. So really not a lot of directional price movements right now. But if we lose this level where we pretty much got the bounce on this side right now, this is basically your 4-day balance. If they lose this level 13, where do you see it going?
4,500.
4,500.
4,500 is going to happen whether they like it or not. It's just how it works. And then I'm just going to show you. Well, I can't. On the DOM right now, if you look, there's a lot of volume and delta at 1350. And that's literally right here. Somebody's trying to push this back inside, you know, to reclaim this midpoint. So the red line that you guys see here, right? This level here, the red letters, that's just telling you that's the midpoint of all of the area that I selected, basically. From here to the point, this is the 50%. And that's around 20. And then the POC or the TPO is sitting at this level here that it was 27. And then the value area high of that area. So similar concept as, you know, VP, and we've covered it a little bit. And then, you know, you have the letters that tell you 30-minute intervals and how we traded, right? You see where the A's were, and then, you know, did they shift? Did they manipulate? Did the B's go higher, lower? And then you keep looking on to build that. But what I care about it on TPO personally, I don't care about individuals. I'll look for the single prints on the top, tail top, bottom tail, to see if there's any aggressive buyers coming in, right? So if you see here, right, there's really not a lot of aggressive buyers that stepped in here. Let me just change this segregation.
Can you get TPO on TradingView or no?
No.
Okay.
If you look here, there's some single prints here starting right, I would say 40.32, and then some here. And you see every time the single print stepped in, what do you see to the price action?
It jumped.
It jumped. Why would they jump? You have to think logically here.
No volume.
Well, it jumped because people had massive orders sitting there.
There was a value
Remember,
there.
well, there was probably value area low of some period where the other time frame buyers had their orders sitting. Remember, opportunity only comes in once in a while.
Yeah.
So if you're not there at that time, right? If you want to buy skis in the middle of summer, you know, maybe you find a good deal, but try finding those same skis and the highest demand where, let's say, something happens to the air in a city and everybody wants to go to the mountain to ski. You think you're going to find those skis again at the same price?
Absolutely
Like they were?
not.
And that's the timing, the price, you know, the time regulates the opportunity. So if you're there at that time, and that's where these guys were, right? You see them every time we hopped in on the single prints, it's just massive orders were sitting here, right? And then they jumped. Did anyone notice what happened on NQ?
It dumped.
I told you, they're not going to be able to take this seller out. Now, if this does not hold, if this doesn't hold right here, remember, a sell side imbalance becomes what? it can become support. So they can now, if it was sell side and they run above it, right? I wouldn't say this is a great sell side, imbalance here, but it's after hours and whatnot. But you see them now. If they break this, they're most likely going to this POC at 96. They're going to get a bounce. But that's okay. I'll take my $200 by the time they get there. Okay. Does that make sense why I shorted? It was live, so I just wanted to explain it. Is anyone confused?
I went with you. No.
I'm still in.
I still don't really understand it. I just got.
No worries. So let's kind of look at it. I'm just gonna remove all the drawings. So do you understand the footprints and how they are positioned, right? Does it make sense? They just came back in auction to 97, so just be careful to be a nice bounce here, about 10, 15 points. They need to catch everybody off sides now. They're so good at it. They're playing by the rules. They came right to the POC. Now they're gonna play in this range. Once this level 503 breaks, we're gonna hit 18. Who wants to bet? I'm giving you free money. Is that you, Cuban? Cuban went quiet.
No. I'm waiting for it to break 503 so I can catch it again.
It's gonna go much higher. It's gonna go 18 this time.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. So does ES chart make sense? Why I'm watching both kind of at the same time, just so I know when I flip here, right? I'm able to quickly be like, okay, well, I know where the key levels are right here, right now. And I can rename them, whatnot, right? But I'm watching this. You lose 13 on ES. I'll be very interested in shorting this all the way to 501. So you can do a stop sell order here somewhere below and go from there. Any questions on this?
So you said it was going to go up to 18, but there was a strong seller in that last candle or in the previous candle. Do you think he's already been kind of, taking us?
Yeah, they tested him here a little bit. You see how we reached a little bit of a high, slightly above it, right? So that means they took a little bit, but they left you a signal here, right? What is the signal?
It's an incomplete auction.
That's an incomplete auction. They're telling you they're going to come back and see what's going on there.
So because of that, we're thinking like the previous strong seller, like he's not an issue anymore. We can go higher.
We don't know, right? They're going to come here, and usually when you clear auctions, right, you see, how this one was a completed. You came, you finished with failed. You came and you failed. If you, come here to 15, right, there's a high chance you're going to pull these sellers. Somebody's going to be like, hey, come on, get us to sell. We'll sell at this level. If they see a lot of liquidity sitting at this level, they're most likely going to push that price higher. And you see them now holding. Let me just go back from like maybe an entry time frame. You see that they had a nice imbalance like from here. Well, there's the imbalances everywhere. We're going to run now. If you haven't gotten a 503, you're missing 3 points. And you see them coming here. They had a double stack POC on 5, right? You see them running here. They popped higher. Not the best pop, but in terms of range that we had, I would say that's good. They came back here, and what do you see here on this candle? Completed. So now, when you have a completed auction, what do you need to go above it? Is it responsible buyers or initiative buyers?
I would say initiative.
Initiative.
You need a lot of initiative. And now you see them stuck at that completed auction. They're like, hey, anyone willing to take this at 45.10? Anyone? The price dropped quickly. But remember, there was a lot of aggression here. It's not stop loss hunt here. It was a lot of aggression. So I'd still do expect them, right, to make this. They're losing a little bit of steam as they're getting to the top. Doesn't seem to interest a lot of people, right? But if you took this at, the 503 level, which is where I was long, you take that and you drive to 15. Even if you hit 11, 8 points after hours, that's, I would say it's not bad. But some people 1,000.
Did you do the 3 because of the POC right there on the left?
Say it again.
Did you call the 503 because of that POC right there, the 3432?
Yeah, so there was a nice level on 30 minutes. I switched to 5, so let me go back to 30. I was on 30 when I was looking at it. So when you look at it, right, the 503 level was here. And look what happened at 503. You see that there was, oh, I grabbed the wrong box. Hold on.
503, that candle was
You
unfinished
see
auction,
this?
so they
You see
went
this
on.
buyer right here? He created aggression. Somebody else stepped in. So these are your momentum people. These are your trapped people. So for me, if you're able to go below and reclaim, that tells me that this aggressive guy is back in. He just bought it a little bit cheaper off of this double POC of 30 minutes. Usually, you know, the market moves in consolidation like this. I'm going to use this line that I drew. Then they have something called markup, right? They're going to sell you everything. They're going to tell you that Peloton bike is going to take you to the moon and people buy Peloton shares like they're free. And then once they get rid of their inventory, they're most likely going to dump it to some level. And we use this area here with the volume profile to find where, right? And that's pretty much what this is doing. Because if I was to switch this right off, you don't know. You know, people ask, why do you use, you know, footprints? How do I know where the buyers and sellers were here?
You don't.
Yeah, you don't.
It's a green candle and a red candle. I don't know. They all look the same. But now if I tell you the majority of the volume was here on this candle on a sell-off was here. And if you're able to reclaim this level here, what would you expect to happen? Just price action. Don't think too much. If I tell you the highest concentration was here and the value area high of this candle is, let's say, right here. If I can put a damn level. Okay. So what should happen to the price action if I reclaim this level?
Go higher.
Most likely it's gonna hit 18 on NQ really, really quickly, right? And also at 18, right, we had a little bit of what?
Sell side imbalance.
Okay, so if they hop over this, they know they have to fill the void, the liquidity on the upper side here, so it happens rather quickly. And now you see the value area high of this candle matches the top of the POC on this here. So the next level for breakout is 0875.
Shorty,
you
that sell side imbalance, you could also short off there, right?
Yeah,
Depending
that would be a
how
good short. Oh, that would
yeah.
be a good short.
Okay.
And now if you're watching, I mean, that's typically what I would play. I'm just playing $400 here between up, down, up, down.
Yeah.
But if you look now, you're almost tight in the range, right? So if I turn on my profile here and I'm just gonna do full chart, I'm gonna change this to delta. We're gonna change this guy to reddish, and then we're gonna turn it on, hopefully. Okay.
I wish
So
I
look,
can get that, man, but on the free you can't.
yeah, I don't know if you guys can do
When
it,
you
but
do that, when you do that, what do you? Yeah, I know you put it on the profile, but how do you get those? There's just those different colors. You put it on full.
yeah, I pull it on full chart range, which means I'm pulling for 1 month worth, 1 month worth of data, right?
Yeah.
And then I've changed the data source to be delta
Ah, gotcha.
instead of volume. So now if you look here, you see the 509, why I say that level maybe 0950. Once you crack this level this time, what's going to happen is that you don't have much sellers interested. Look at the profiles.
Mhm.
You know, it's not much interest till probably here, 15.5. So now we're at a key junction, right? It seems like these levels right here are going to be defended, 96. So I would play this range, 94, 96, have longs. And I mean, it depends what you're targeting, but if you're going in 96, targeting 18, that's 24 points. You have to have a stop loss of about 6 to 8 points. So if you're getting 94 minus 6, you're looking at 98, right? I'm sorry, 88. So you'd be hiding behind these shelves right here. And that's how I would look at it if I was to sculpt this. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll be on tomorrow, and we'll see what we can get into. But I will definitely watch tonight. You know, on ES, especially if we come to that 4,500 level. If we break the 13, I would expect a bounce there at 4,500 even on ES. Because this time, if they crack the 07, what's going to happen to the puts? People are going to get excited. Because remember, on ES, we had, if you look at on ES here, where do we bounce before? Look at this level, right? 07.5, that's where you bounce. That was your bounce level. Now, if you crack that, a lot of people that trade momentum, what they're going to do here?
Yep, they're
Natural
gonna go
instincts
long.
for them to hop into short when you break this level. And, you know, not a bad trap if you do one of those wonder candles where it goes from 07 quickly to 01 and they're not able to close. And then basically they're caught riding with people covering their shorts and people going long. It's just a really good, I guess, potential for a bounce there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And look where we rejected right there off the 6 fib. I would expect that they're going to bounce in this range now. So this is the range where I said 90 and 96. This is the range where they have to bounce 97 to 94.
On NQ at 15.50475, I got a double POC from the 3 days on SVP.
Yeah.
There's two POCs lined up together.
Okay, there's buyers coming in here right now in NQ. Let's see what they're able to do. So this is not a bad risk to reward on long. And if they crack this level here, you know, 94, let's say it cracks, you could definitely close it, but it's not a bad risk to reward. Let's see what they do. And you see something wrong with this candle. Anyone see it? Just looking at this, anyone see something wrong here?
The last candle?
No, this candle right here that I'm on. So that candle and corresponding delta. Does anyone see an issue?
Sorry, can't see it, but
Half delta, almost twice the volume.
Yeah. So the candle is twice the size, right? And the delta is about sitting at 35, half of the previous candle in consolidation. And on the previous candle, when you
bullish
sold
divergence.
off, pay attention to when you sold off, how aggressive was that? Same candle, same time frames. So either they bring in initiative sellers right here, or we get a bounce. That's how this is going to play out. And you see buyers try and step in. You see this? I took a long here. Let's see what they do. I'm not risking much here, but let's see. I'm sorry? Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's it for me. I'll be on tomorrow live, and we'll catch some of these moves and see if it can be done early.
Thank you, Shorty.
Shorty, see you in the
Have a
morning.
good
Hey, guys.
night.
All right, you
Bye,
too, guys.
Shorty.
Appreciate it, man.
Thanks, Shorty.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
What would have happened if Gandalf took the ring? Baseball is played on a diamond in a park, the baseball park. Football is played on a gridiron in a stadium, War Memorial Stadium. In baseball, you wear a cap. In football, you wear a helmet. Baseball has a 7th inning stretch. Football has a 2-minute warning. Baseball has no time limit. We don't know how long it's going to last. We might have extra innings. Football is rigidly timed, and it will end even if we have to go to sudden death. No way steroids are that overpowered. Yes, I knew I'd have to make this video after the last one. These are not perfect numbers, but when I drew up this chart showing a natural with just okay training, a natural with great training, steroid user with okay training, steroid user with great training, this is the way it worked. Have you ever wondered why they're...
I may be 5 foot, but that's because God put the extra 12 inches somewhere else. If you would check your money, so what? I may be 5 foot. Let me see your glove. Oh, I don't get it. What does that mean? Hey, everybody.
By you. Yo, what up? I'm Dora. Let's go explore some shit. Can you find the crackhead? Oh, what up?
I remember I grabbed. Yo, Jack, I got a basement. Yeah, sounds cool. We can do like. You bring the light, bring the fire. Together we will take this.
We can count on the
Food by Mary's Kitchen, my critical juice.
Fucking my wife is a... Would you rather eat a baby goat or a matcha baby?
A matcha baby?
Yeah. That's what the mom did it to boy say. She just... Obviously. Yeah.
How the stairs of Istanbul's metro are clean. The underground metro goes in as deep as 196 feet below sea level, or 60 meters. It would take a lot of hours to manually hand wash the stairs. How the stairs of Istanbul...
Could Shaka Zulu defeat the felons?